guys. I wanted to hop on and make a video about my story, who I am, what I've been through, what has driven me to become um, into like wanting to grow my network, wanting to put my story out there, getting outside of my shell and my comfort zone to do this stuff. So that's what we're gonna do. Um, so I'm 38 years old. My name is Danielle, if you don't already know that. I have two kids. My son is 20. He's in the Air Force and he is stationed overseas right now. And I have a 9-year-old daughter. She is the one that you'll see with me every day. We do cyber school. She has piano lessons, dance classes. It's a rigorous schedule for a 9-year-old and for myself to keep her doing it. So, yeah, so basically, I'm just your typical stay at home mom with two kids, military mom. Um, I have been through a lot to get where I'm at. And this is basically just my life. And I've gotten to the point where I want to share my life because I started to see that it helps other people to talk about what I've been through. So that's pretty awesome. Um, so my entire life, ever since I was a teenager, I've struggled with chemical imbalance in my brain, mental illness, um, high stress levels, anxiety, fears, irrational fears. That was a big one for me for a long time. Social anxiety, not being able to get out of the house, being afraid of the things I can't control. There was a point in my life where I did literally not leave my house for probably weeks at a time because I was afraid to. I was every time I left my house, I had massive panic attacks. I would hyperventilate. I'd be in tears. Like it was kind of crappy. Touch and go for a while there. I have always been one to see like a counselor and psychiatrist and doctors to help with my issues that I've had since I was like a teenager. Um, and basically, they prescribe you all these different medications. Like I was on 7 different medications. Two of those 7 medications were just for side effects of the other medications. It was a constant struggle. If you have ever had your medications adjusted by a doctor, you see how it's like, um, you know, one week you feel this way and then they adjust your meds and then it could be really a lot better, it could be worse. It's like a crapshoot. You never know what you're going to get until you try it, and 90% of the time it was not something that was conducive to the way I was trying to get out of that. Um, so that was a really rough time, being on all those different medications, trying to find what worked, taking other medications for side effects, weight gain from the medications, weight loss from the medication. Like my weight, my entire life has gone like this because of these medications. So it's like there is just so much that I went through from it, and I couldn't do it anymore. I started to come off about, I want to say like 3 years ago. Yeah, about 2 to 3 years ago, this process started where I started coming off of medications. Like certain medications, I was like, look, I don't really, this is as needed. I haven't been taking it. I'm not going to take it anymore. Doctor, I want to get off my medication. So with his help, I got off of quite a few. And then but there were a few that I couldn't stop taking because I would get a lot worse. But then I found CBD oil. Now, in the beginning of me finding CBD oil, I went through finding many different brands of it. There's so many different options out there. I didn't know, I wasn't educated in looking for fillers and things like that. So I went through a process where like some worked, some didn't work. But when I found what worked for me, which I'll get to that in a little bit, but when I found what worked for me as far as my CBD oil was concerned, I started taking it. Now, I started with 5 drops twice a day. So I started with that. And I noticed a huge difference in my attitude, in the way I felt, in my pain level, in my inflammation level. Because not only do I struggle with mental imbalances, but I also struggle with physical ailments as well, lower back issues, pain problems, really bad time during my PMS, stuff like that. So when I started to find the CBD oil, I started to try to take that in instead of the other medication. Like I was weaning off of certain medications and increasing my doses of CBD every day. And as I was doing that, I was noticing a huge difference. The like when you're so tired and you can't function and you can't get out of bed and you're just in that negative frame of mind where you're talking badly in your head and you everything is just not going to work out, and like you get through those moments where you're trying to do this stuff and it's like you just can't, like you just can't function. Yeah, that's where I like lived at. Like I went through the motions and existed every day, but I didn't actually live every day. Like I didn't get up like I do now and say, okay, this is what my daughter and I are going to get done today. We're dedicating our time to each other. I'm going to be there for her. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And everything I had is in that now. Whereas before, I would go through the motions, but in my head, I was just stuck in this negative place. And I would fight all day, every day, just to do daily tasks. And I don't have to do that anymore. And the best part is now, as of 6 months ago, I have not taken any conventional medication. I've not taken a single ibuprofen, a single prescription med, nothing. Only the CBD oil, CBD coffee, pain relief pain cream infused with CBD. Only the Hempworx products do I use now. That's it. And I've never felt better. But yeah, so when you're living in that negative frame of mind, it's ridiculously hard to get out of it. And you know, I had a doctor tell me, like, you will never live a day in your life without medication. That statement right there made me go, yes, I will. You're not going to tell me that I will never, oh, great, I can't open it. There we go. You are not going to tell me that I will never live a day in my life without medication. You are not going to tell me that I will not be healthy and be in a place where I want to be with my physical, mental, and emotional well-being and health. Nobody is going to tell me that. It's almost like when you tell your kids, right? Like, you tell your kid no. As soon as you tell your kid no, or tell them they can't do something, they want to do it more. It was kind of like that because I struggled for so many years with it that I didn't like that statement. I'm like, no, there has to be something that is natural that I can put in my body that will correct my chemical imbalance, that will help my body perform at its peak performance with balance and, with grace, to be honest with you. So when you're run by the fear, the anxiety, the stress, the chemical imbalances, the pain, the crabbiness, the like just the negativity that we get stuck with, no motivation. When I was stuck in that place, it was very difficult for me to get out of it. But like I said, I had friends and family who had, been saying like, try this. So I did, and I went out, and now, now my life is totally different. Whereas before I couldn't get out of bed for days at a time. Now I get out of bed every day at the same time. I have motivation. I'm up. I'm energized. I do what needs to be done. I'm there for my little girl. I'm there for my family. I'm there for myself. That's a huge part. There for myself. I take walks. I crochet for myself. I go out of my way and do these things like walking the dog or yoga just to keep myself healthy, to keep myself in good spirits, as well as taking the CBD oil and the CBD infused products, because all of this makes my health, my life better. I did a video the other day about how CBD made me a better mom. Like, I'm not kidding when I tell you, like, because I have more patience, because I'm happier, because I'm not stressed out, because I'm not in that negative frame of mind, I'm a better mom. I'm there for my kids. I'm better for my kids. I remember every single day to put the mom hat away for a little while and just be a kid with my kid. Just be a kid with my kid. Sometimes that's what they need. Get down on their level and not let all of the stress and anxiety and frustrations from being an adult and having bills and being overwhelmed and having mental and physical issues that you're dealing with that you struggle with, all of that doesn't matter. You get it under control like I did, and then you're able to put all that stuff to the side, and you can actually be there for your kids, be there for your family, be there for yourself. Because as a mom, so many times we put everybody else before ourselves and we forget that we're no good to anybody else if we're not taking care of us first. That's a huge deal. Huge deal. So I want to share this with you guys. Sorry, I'm like adjusting my camera. I want to share this with you guys because, oh my God, the amazing changes that I have seen in myself. And then, not just myself, okay? My mom, so the way that it works in my household, my mother lives here. It's me, my mother, my significant other, Justin, my daughter, and our dog, Aya, and our two cats, Ozzy and Zanny. Okay, so that's our household. Every single person in our household now takes CBD. The pets take pet CBD. My mom takes the CBD because she struggles with her blood pressure. So she has she has low blood pressure. Well, or high blood pressure, I'm sorry. So it lowers her blood pressure. It helps regulate healthy blood pressure. It helped my mom's cat has kidney issues and an insulin deficiency. And we give it to him and he's doing really well and his kidneys are doing really well and his blood sugar levels are being maintained. My daughter is a preteen. Need I say more? Emotional craziness. Just girls, being a mom of a girl is really difficult. Like, I love my daughter, but she is me. My mom gave me the curse. I hope you have a daughter just like you one day. Well, I did. Thanks, Mom, for that. She's amazing. She's an amazing little girl. But she's a little girl and she's a preteen. She's a tween, as they call it. And her emotions are everywhere. And I mean everywhere. And she takes it and they level out her emotions. She's not so crabby. She doesn't go from like extremely crazy crabby to extremely sad for no apparent reason to me. No, now she's much more even keel with her moods, and she speaks to me. She speaks to me about it. She tells me about her feelings. She tells me what's going on with her. She's opened up more. It's improved her mood. It improves her sleep schedule. It's helped her deal with all of these changes that she's had going on because, well, her father's moved away and it's nothing bad, but it's a lot of changes for a 9-year-old girl that she's had to deal with. Her brother being stationed overseas and not seeing him for almost a year now, and we won't see him for another 6 or 7 months. So it's like, and even then it's only for 3 weeks. So there's so many different things going on in this little girl's life that CBD has just made it very much easier for her to deal with, which is huge. And then, my significant other, Justin, he is always, he has a very physical job. He's a welder. So he's always got an ache or a pain here or a pinched nerve or something. So the pain cream, the CBD oil, when we go out on the weekends and I have my wine and he likes to have his beer and we go out and hang out with our friends and our families, it is great the next morning to avoid a hangover. I will tell you that. It's awesome. So everybody in my household is now using it for one reason or another, and it's improved all of our lives. So that's it's huge. Like, I cannot begin to tell you how amazing all of this has been. And then on top of it, my sister-in-law, Justin's sister, she started, selling it. And she was like, look, like, you take it, your whole household takes it. for $20 extra with your monthly order, sign up to be an affiliate. Okay, I tried it. Well, let me back up for a minute. She was on me for like 6 months to start this because she knew I had already personally benefited from it in such a big way. And then she also knew that I have shared it with my family and friends, and they have also benefited from it. So she thought, because I am on a fixed income, because I am a stay at home mom, because I don't have a lot of extra money, that I could benefit from being an affiliate as well. So after 6 months, I'm not gonna lie, I decided, okay, all right, I'll try it. I'll sell it, no problem. Now, I'm not one of those women. There are these women in the company that have hit the ground and become like super affiliates with like a ton of money. I'm not one of those people. I would like to be one of those people eventually. Who wouldn't? But I didn't start out that way. I've been doing it for 3 months, and I've made about $1,000 in extra income in less than 3 months. Um, I have put out very little money to do it. And I have gained relationships with people that I haven't spoken to in a really long time. I'm helping other people, my family, my friends, people that I meet on a daily basis, people that other parents that my kid goes to school with. I'm realizing that not only has CBD made me a better mom, but it's made me a better friend, because I notice now when my friends on my newsfeed are like, oh my God, like I've really been struggling with this health issue, and like I've really been struggling with the like being sad or whatever it is. And my thought is not immediately, ooh, I can sell them CBD. That is not my first thought. That's a lot of people's first thoughts in network marketing sometimes, like, oh, they can become a customer. I don't work that way. What I do is I notice that and I'm like, oh my God, I get it. I know how you feel. I know how you feel. I may be able to help you. Like, that's where I come from, because it's like my life has changed dramatically from this. Like I said, coming off all those medications, coming like allowing my body to balance itself, being more healthy, being more cautious about what I put into my system, like going from 70 plus side effects per prescription to zero side effects and zero prescriptions is it's a fucking miracle. I'm sorry. I'm not going to curb my language for that. It's a fucking miracle. And I cannot say that enough. And for someone else who's been through what I've been through or going through something that I've been through, I look at them and I'm like, I know your pain. I feel your pain. I get it. It sucks to wake up every morning and feel like you have to take a pill or a prescription or something just to function is not a good feeling. Like, it's not a good feeling. To have to see a doctor, like literally every single time you go, every single month you go, you see this doctor and you're like, this is my problem. Okay, well, we'll up it or we'll lower it. Or like, I hated it. I hated it. I felt like a patient all the time. And like, yes, okay, so I was. But there's a difference between being a patient and feeling like constantly like that's all you are. Like your whole life is run by doctors and medications and appointments, and everything you do has to be scheduled around that stuff. No, I didn't want it anymore. No. And, I'm not a doctor. I can't prescribe anything. All I can do is share my experience. And from my personal experience and the experience of my family and the experience of the people who introduced me to this and my sister-in-law who started getting me into the business side of things, all of us have seen huge improvements in our life, in our style, in the way we feel, in the way we think. in the way we handle situations, in the way we react to situations. That is what I'm trying to explain. That is what I'm talking about. That feeling of freedom. Like, I'm not a slave to my own mind and my own thoughts anymore. I'm not a slave to something that I have to wake up and make sure I do every day just to be able to half function. Um, it's just, you have more energy, you have more motivation. I have what I call my morning starter kit. Okay, so this is basically what I do. Um, I wake up every morning. I take my I now take 8 drops twice a day. That's my sweet spot, right? So I wake up, I take my 8 drops of CBD oil in the morning, right after I brush my teeth. It's peppermint flavored. It works. Then about half hour after I've brushed my teeth and taken my CBD oil, I make myself a cup of my CBD coffee. It wakes me up, it gives me more motivation, and it gives me another 5 milligrams of CBD. Um, I need it in the morning because I am not a morning person. I am in no way, shape, or form a morning person. I hate them. I would sleep until 1 if I could. As a matter of fact, it's Saturday. I slept until 11:30 today. My daughter was at a sleepover last night. She won't be home for a couple hours. You know what? I slept in. I didn't even care. I needed it. But every morning, I can't do that every morning. I have a family. I have things to do. I have this business that I'm trying to build. I have other more important shit that has to get done. So I wake up, I take that CBD oil, I drink my coffee, and then I also have the relief pain cream, where sometimes, especially during that time of the month, or if I've been doing yoga a lot or whatever, or walking, I get a pinched nerve or a pulled muscle and I rub that cream right on it and boom, it's gone. My aches and pains are gone. I've got the energy, I've got the motivation, I'm wide awake, I'm feeling good, I'm mentally clear, life is ready to start the day. That's the way I am every morning now. That's my starter kit. Without those things, it's not impossible, but it's a lot more difficult. You know what I mean? Like, it's definitely a lot more difficult. So I have my little starter kit, all natural. The coffee is superfood. I'm not into the whole dieting thing. I don't get like the whole keto diet. Like, I've tried to like get into it to understand it. Look, I'm a meat and potatoes kind of girl. I'm a girl that I love crock pot meals that are just that stick to your ribs. Like, yes, I eat healthy and I eat salad, but I don't do like the vegan diets or the keto. Like, no, I exercise and I watch what I eat and I make sure I don't eat after 8 o'clock at night. Because if I eat anything after 8 o'clock at night, it could be a grape. I'm putting on 10 pounds. That's just me. It is what it is. You can't change your metabolism, but you can balance it. And the coffee and the CBD balances my metabolism. I used to take medication to boost my thyroid. Don't have to take it anymore. Still can maintain a healthy weight. I weigh about 140, 145 throughout the year. I go from like 136 to 145, like fluctuate back and forth. I've always pretty much the last, I'd want to say 4 years have been right in that part. And that's my sweet spot. You know what I mean? That's where I'm comfortable, and that's where I maintain my weight. And I can't get with all I mean, I like steak and potatoes and chicken and fish, and I like food and I want to eat good food. So I do, but I don't eat junk. So I eat healthy. I try to exercise. I take the oil. My weight, my image, my body is pretty much balanced, and that's where I stay. So the whole superfood with the coffee, like, I know about it. It's the mushrooms, the shiaga. I can't even say it. The shiaga mushrooms, I think it's called. I can put that in the comments. But yeah, anyways, we're kind of getting off topic. But yeah, so it's like a superfood, so it like helps and all this other stuff. And then we have the creamers, which is like keto creamers. But like I said, I don't do the keto diet, but there's a lot of people who do. So I'm glad we have these different things for different people, because not everybody's exactly like me. And I'm certainly not exactly like anybody else. So, but yeah. So anyways, I've has seen such a huge improvement. That's my story for the most part. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below, or that I also have my link to my Facebook posted in the comments, as well as the FDA disclaimer for everything I talked about, because we have to just make sure that, because I am a Hempworx affiliate, that I'm remaining compliant. So make sure you check out the FDA disclaimer, because I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you my story. And my mouth gets really dry when I talk. And yeah, and then also subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is all new to me, so I'm super excited to build my network with you guys, for you to be on this journey with me. I have not done this before, so this is really cool for me. And I hope you guys enjoy everything that I post, and see you soon. Bye.